No way. And in fact, I know I'm not because I have a friend that we talk about it. But yeah, and another thing, kind of the same thing, and before anyone judges, just let me finish, okay? And people are sensitive about this. But things like Wounded Warrior Project, or basically any fundraisers for military troops.
Mm-hmm.
Those, and again, good idea. A good cause, all that. But those shouldn't be either.
Because the money doesn't even go to them; it goes to the people that run the stuff.
Because and now I don't really agree with a whole lot of the leadership of this country, the government, and I know a lot of people don't. And I don't really agree with how the military works. I mean, there really hasn't been a real reason to go to war in over 10 years.
Yeah, you mean like an actual targeting us, enemy targeting us?
Yeah, there just hasn't been a real reason. But anyways, the reason I say that there shouldn't be, fundraising to support the troops or help out disabled veterans is because, again, that should be available to them.
Yeah, like they literally serve their life for us. Like they should be able to have whatever the hell they need.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
And what I said before, I don't really agree with the way they work. But I mean, there has to be some type of a respect for them because they are fighting for something that they believe in. And it's literally, again, it is their life. I mean, they are putting their life out there. So they shouldn't come home and have to struggle with looking for a job.
Yep.
They should have one set up for them. They should definitely get paid more. And the idea that athletes get paid an ungodly amount of money, like, what the military, it's just like spit in a bucket compared to.
They should get paid what the athletes get paid, and the athletes should get paid what they get paid.
Yeah, I mean, literally, it's like we're playing with lives. It's just something that's always just bothered me.
Well, it's amazing how much we spend.
And for no reason.
And then.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you looking at? I was just gonna go ahead and say that I think it's horseshit, and we have and I know most of them, maybe not most of them, but I'm sure there's a few phonies out there. The homeless with the signs, homeless veteran, and all that. I mean, if that is the case, why are they homeless? Like, they served the country, they fought, they put their life on the line. There should be no homeless. There really shouldn't be any homeless at all. And especially somebody that put their life on the line. Even if they didn't go across seas, the idea that they were willing to should be counted in to the way their future turns out. And I'm sure it's different with different ranks or different engineers of the military, the pay difference. And that whole idea that if you're across seas, but if you're not in a strike zone, you don't get paid or some such.
I don't know about that.
I heard of something about that last year, and I think that's that's bad to fire. That is just awful. I mean, they do need to be treated a lot better.
I mean, even if you're not fighting, you're training.
Yeah,
you're training and willing.
You are willing to
You don't know if you will or not.
Yeah, and it's not your fault if you are put into a war zone.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't know. And basically, no soldier of any type should have to struggle when they get home. And again, if I'm wrong with that, go ahead and tell me.
You are.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Honestly, I don't think anybody's gonna say that you're wrong, and if someone does, they got an issue. We will talk about that.
And another thing, and while we're at it, this whole the way that the borders are, it's just silly. It's childish.
Sure.
It's literally
Childish.
it's just land. It's dirt, it's grass. And there's just a fence. If people want to come in, why not just let them?
We own that shit.
Unless
But then they gotta work like we work and pay taxes like we pay taxes.
right, well no, I'm not saying let them just
Like some of them do.
come just but I mean but it's just dirt and it's grass and it's air and it's the trees. That's all it is. It's just what is it really? It's nothing. Unless the border patrol should only be like unless people are trying to roll through with like tanks and raising their guns and whatever, then those people should like okay,
This chair.
I mean America like this country is supposed to be like the like the high and mighty, the greatest or whatever they try to tell you.
We are the greatest, right?
Mhm.
Oh yeah. But okay, let's say I have a house
Yes.
and it's full of like flaws and just a bunch of screw ups and just shady dealings, but I was still able to convince everyone in the city that I had the best house around. And then people try to break in and come through the windows because it's so cool and all that. I would say, yeah, come on in. I would welcome it because they want to be a part of it. So with America being the greatest country, why not just let them in? Why not give them the opportunity?
I'll tell you why. Some guy was like at a party and nobody likes him. And then that guy was like, check this out. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of like army people and then they're just gonna like kick you out.
I mean, I think they should be able to come in, but they have to work and do
And
what
that's
we do
America.
and not
Well, yeah, they're not just
sit
gonna,
like
they're
some
not,
of
that's
them do that
America.
don't pay taxes and they have more money than we have. Like, I don't think that's fair. Like, I like the ones that do come over and they do work, pay the dues, and they pay the taxes, totally fine with it. But the ones that but I mean, we have Americans that sit on their ass and do nothing and the government pays
It's
for
true.
them.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean,
People
Oh.
of all shapes and sizes
But, like,
do that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I just think because at work sometimes I'll on break or lunch I'll watch some border wars.
it's a good job.
And the way they act sometimes, I know a lot of it is just like checking vehicles for drugs or whatever. But there's always like the clips of them chasing people down that hop the fence or whatever. And they're just silly. It's really childish. It is. I think.
Like how over the top they are.
Yeah, like get off of our dirt. Like that's our grass. You can't touch that.
Can't get
That's
up our lawn.
that's our air. Yeah, get off my lawn, basically is what they're saying.
No.
Yeah, with the shotgun. It's just silly. Let them just come. If I don't understand it. And another thing that I think is getting out of hand is right here in our own fabulous great
America.
almighty kingdom that is the riots and the race.
Yeah, it's
Racism.
getting out of control now.
That is another thing that I think is childish is racism. It doesn't do anything for you. It's
I wouldn't be here if my parents were racist.
it's
I'm one of each.
but it is just silly, and there's no reason for it.
It's true.
Each
Yes.
race has their own flaws, their own groups and types of people that are gonna act, you know, inappropriately or not to the standards of a community or you know whatever. There's always gonna be thrashers or thugs or mob or muggers. I don't know.
Yeah, it's getting like the riots aren't doing anything.
No, it's not, and
but destroying cities.
No, it's not. And I mean, like there is, and it's like the white they provoke a lot of it, and for no reason, because there is so much like just white trash hillbillies that are just the equivalent of the groups of people that they think are bad or whatever, or they shouldn't exist. I mean, it's just silly. And yeah, you are right, there are better ways of rioting, or not of rioting, of not rioting. Like, there's, and I like this. Now, this is the coolest thing that has ever happened in basketball. Because basketball is useless otherwise.
It's kind of boring. I mean, it's not useless. Like, I can go to the game and watch it, but it's kind of boring to watch it on TV.
Yeah, I mean, if I actually went to a game live, I actually might get into it.
You get it, like when it's live, you get into it, but when it's on TV, I know what you're saying. It's boring. You hear the screeching of the shoes, and you're like, oh, I'm done.
It's
watching you run back and forth.
It's really of no value. But what they have done, there was this guy, I forgot what his name was, but he was another African American that was killed by a cop. And now this is horseshit. This I don't agree with. That other one, the Wilson, it was in defense.
Oh, you talking about the Mike Garner one? When he was choked out?
And he was choked out for no reason because he was selling cigarettes. And
everybody sells cigarettes.
There are
shit. You can go to the high school. You know how many kids? Hey, I'll buy that for 25 cents. Thank you.
Nobody's getting choked.
There are a few, if not all, teams in the NBA that have started wearing.
Oh, the I Can't Breathe.
I Can't Breathe. And I like that. I feel like that's a.
I think it was Reggie Bush wore it for the Lions game last Sunday.
Oh, other sports? I thought it was just basketball.
Yeah, I think he started wearing it. I know all the basketball teams are wearing it, but I think Reggie wore one. Or I think it was Reggie Bush wore one for the Lions game on Sunday. It was like he wore it over his jersey or something for practice.
I think that is a more civilized way of handling things and tearing apart the city. And I think it's just a good punch in the jaw to that officer that did that. Exactly. And anybody agrees with that. If there's anybody that agrees with that cop and what he did, then they're trash.
Exactly. Because, like, there's no, like, if he's telling you I can't breathe, like, you're choking him out for no reason. You got 10 other cops on top of him. You didn't need to have him in a chokehold.
And it is just outrageous. And while we're on cops, if somebody can if somebody can let the St. Clair Shores police know that whenever they pull somebody over for going 10 over or something stupid, they don't need 9 other squad cars. I mean, it is just, you guys look silly. It looks like, I can't even explain it. Like, it looks like a Benny Hill episode, or maybe Laurel and Hart. I don't know. But just let them know that they're not the cavalry. And yeah. Okay, so now before there was this thing about tell them to be quiet. Okay, before we start, there was this thing. I seen a few people posted it on the Facebook. Now I didn't read too much into it because I thought sometimes there's like fake links to go around and if you click it, it's a virus that shares.